It's time for week 13 of the 2021 MLB Power Rankings. That's what I'm going to do in today's video. But before I get into this video, 88% of you that watch these videos are not subscribed. So go ahead and get your life together and hit that subscribe button, turn notifications, and leave a like on this video. So let's go ahead and get into this video. Now, we are going to do it in kind of tier list form this week, but it's still the same concept, if that makes any sense. We're basically putting them in a different of 6 tiers, basically, which meaning that the top one is going to be S, obviously. Those are going to be the top 5 teams. The second tier is going to be the 5 through 10 teams. The third tier is going to be the 10 through 15 teams, kind of in the averages tier. 15 and 20 is going to be the next tier. 20 and 20 through 25 is going to be the next tier. And 25 through 30 is going to be the next tier. So, yeah. That is going to be how it works. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this video. At number 30 this week, for the second consecutive week, I'm pretty sure, have the Arizona Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks are horrible this year. The Diamondbacks are really, really bad. The Diamondbacks here are currently 22 and 59, 2 and 8 in their last 10 on a 3-game losing streak. They're really bad this year, and they're definitely set up to make some big moves at the deadline, probably trading Eduardo Escobar and Ketel Marte, and maybe even Morel Kelly and some other players. Madison Bumgarner's untradeable. They've still got that contract on their books for a couple more years, which is not good at all. That contract is really looking like one of the worst ones, considering, not for one, that he can't stay healthy, but for two, when he is healthy, you don't even want him on the mound. He's been pitching so bad. For the Diamondbacks this year, they totally are going to go into sell mode at the deadline and are probably looking towards the future. They have the 6th overall pick in the 2021 Major League Baseball draft. I think they're going to select Kumar Rocker with that pick. But yeah, for the Diamondbacks, they're definitely looking towards the future, especially after how horrendous the last 2 seasons have been for this team. Last year wasn't as bad, but still, it's got to be better for the Diamondbacks with the talent of this team. They're definitely not the worst team talent-wise in baseball. They just are the worst team in baseball right now. Next, at number 29 is the Baltimore Orioles. The Orioles have some good players on their team. There's absolute no lie to that, and I don't have the tier list. Sorry. Okay. But the Baltimore Orioles are at number 29. They've got some great players on their team. Cedric Mullins, Trey Mancini, John Means once he comes back, Paul Fry. You've got some really good players on this Orioles team, but they're not built to win right now. And a lot of those players that I just talked about could be trade candidates, minus probably Cedric Mullins. But all those are probably going to be on a possible trade piece at the deadline for this Baltimore Orioles team to get them some more prospects. They have a very good farm system with Adley Rutschman, Grayson Rodriguez, DL Hall, a lot of different players in their farm system. And they're in very good position for the future. But they're 26 and 54 right now, 3 and 7 in their last 10 on a 2-game winning streak. The Orioles here, they're in a good position for the future, but expect them to probably trade off some pieces at the deadline as well. Next, at number 28, I have got the Texas Rangers. The Rangers here have the 2nd selection in the 2021 Major League Baseball draft, so I'll be interested to see what they do there, but that's about all you really care about for the Rangers right now. Yes, they're on a 4-game winning streak. They're 6 and 4 in their last 10. 31 and 48 right now. They do have some valuable assets at the deadline. That's kind of what we're going to be talking about with these teams, because they're all probably going to be sellers at the deadline. They've got Kyle Gibson, Joey Gallo, and more, who have all been pretty good this year. At number 27, Colorado Rockies. The Rockies are bad. They're bad, and they're not going to be the worst team in their division just because of the Arizona Diamondbacks. They're 33 and 47 right now, 4 and 6 in the last 10 on a 2-game winning streak. They had been playing a little better baseball as of recently, but they're probably going to trade Trevor Story, German Marquez, anybody with Daniel Bard, I think, is definitely gone, and a trade candidate that not a lot of people are talking about. Next up, at number 26, I've got the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Pirates here are another team that really is not thinking too much about this year. They've got the 1st overall selection in the 2021 MLB draft. That's an absolute stacked draft. They're going to get a pretty good player in that. I've got them selecting Henry Davis in my mock draft. Now, that's about all you can say about the Pirates and their deadline. They're going to be trading Richard Rodriguez, probably Adam Frazier as well. Gregory Polanco, if any team wants to take on that contract. It's not a horrible contract. He's only getting paid like $10 to $12 million a year. The $10 to $12 million, it's not a good contract for Gregory Polanco's production. Next at number 25, I've got the Minnesota Twins here. The Twins, they're another bad team. 33 and 44 right now. And they're not in the cellar just because the Royals are. The Royals, Tigers, and Twins are all kind of right there. But they're 7-3 in their last 10 on a one-game losing streak. They've got a negative 49 run differential. This is kind of an off year for them. They're going to get a high draft pick in 2022. I kind of seeing them being like the Red Sox of this year's draft, to where they're going to get a really high pick and they're going to compete the next year. Next at number 24, I have got the Detroit Tigers. The Tigers are just ahead of the Twins in the standings. I don't think that the Tigers are a better team than the Twins right now. Not even close, actually. But they're playing better baseball than the Twins this year. They're 34 and 45 right now, 5 and 5 in the last 10, on a one-game losing streak. The Tigers are not a good baseball team. Nothing much to say there. Oh, where are the Tigers? Okay, never mind. At number 23, Miami Marlins. The Marlins made a trade yesterday, trading Adam Zimber and Corey Dickerson to the Toronto Blue Jays. Make sure to check out my video from yesterday if you want to see my thoughts on that trade. But the Marlins here, they definitely have a good future. Like, their future are probably one of the best in baseball, with that absolutely stacked rotation with Trevor Rogers, Sandy Alcantara, Pablo Lopez, Sixto Sanchez, and Max Meyer, all in that rotation for the future. They've absolutely got a stacked rotation. And the hitting is going to be a lot better with J.J. Bleday. You've got Jazz Chisholm as well. And this Marlins team, for the future, might be the future of the NL East, honestly, besides the Braves. At number 22, Kansas City Royals. The Royals are in dead last place right now. And I don't think that really dictates much, just for the simple reason that the Royals are in last place. Yes, they've lost 7 straight. This is an extremely streaky team. You see that they've lost 7 straight. That's it here. They're going to lose a lot, but they're going to probably go on like a 5 or 6 game winning streak in the next like couple weeks or so. So expect the Royals probably to go on a run soon, but they're a very streaky team, and if they're on that streak, they're going to be higher in the power rankings, but if they're not on that streak, then they're definitely not. At number 21, Los Angeles Angels. We know how good Shohei Ohtani's been playing, and I can't help but think with Shohei Ohtani, we're going to be thinking Shohei Ohtani's talent is getting wasted exactly like Mike Trout's, and it just sucks to see that Shohei Ohtani might be the most talented player that we've ever seen. And his talent is getting wasted in Los Angeles right now with the Angels. The Angels are absolutely wasting his talent. He has no point of being there for a losing team. We're going to talk about Shohei Ohtani, Mike Trout's legacy, as they had to spend those years on the Angels. And Shohei Ohtani's a little different because he can get out and leave the Angels in a couple of years. But for Mike Trout, his whole career basically has been on these Angels, and they haven't won anything. Horrible. Next at number 20, I've got the Atlanta Braves. The Braves are not playing good baseball right now. There is absolutely no denying that. They are playing some really bad baseball right now. You saw last night they had the 3-0 lead, choked it. The bullpen has been horrible. James McCann really hurt the Braves last night with a 3-run homer. But they're 37 and 41 right now, in 4th place in the NL East. They've got to be better. 5 and 5 in the last 10 on a one-game losing streak. They have a negative 4 run differential this year. Their expected record would be 39 and 39. But they've got to play better, and they have got to win some of these games versus the Mets, because the Mets are going to run away with this division if some team does not catch up. And the Nationals look to be that second-best team right now, with as well as they're playing and as well as Kyle Schwarber's playing. We're going to talk about him in a minute. Next at number 19, St. Louis Cardinals. The Cardinals have been on a decline ever since the hot start this year. They have fallen off a cliff. They are 4th place in the NL Central right now, 39 and 41, 4 and 6 in their last 10 on a 2-game winning streak. And a big part of this has to do with the starting pitching. Jack Flaherty is out, and that's a big part in it right there. Jack Flaherty is out, and he was doing really good and having his best season ever until he was injured. And the rest of the starting pitching's horrible. Like, you've got Kim in that rotation, like you've got Carlos Martinez, you've got Adam Wainwright, but these are all pitchers that are just not doing very well this year. And the bullpen, I think, is a slight bit underrated, but still could use some help. They've got Giovanni Gallegos, they've got Alex Reyes, Jordan Hicks when healthy. The lineup, obviously, there's no concern there. Paul Goldschmidt, I think people are not saying this enough, but he's been a bit of a disappointment since coming over from Arizona in a trade back in 2018. But Nolan Arenado's been great for this team. I kind of thought that Nolan Arenado was going to have more of a down season just because of the Coors Field effect. But he hasn't. He's had a really good year. Next at number 18, we have got the Philadelphia Phillies. The Phillies here are at number 18. They've had to deal with injuries just as well as the Braves have, and just as well as quite a few teams have in the NL East this year. They're 37-40, 4-6 in their last 10 on a one-game winning streak. They play Miami, which should be some wins for this team. But the Phillies have played just enough, just about average baseball this whole year. For this team, Bryce Harper is underrated. But JT Realmuto has not totally lived up to that contract. Like, yes, he's been good this year, but I don't know if he's lived up to, I think, the highest paid catcher ever. Next at and there's been regression from Aaron Nola this year. At number 17, Seattle Mariners. The Mariners here are playing better baseball of recent. They're 7-3 in their last 10 on a 2-game losing streak. 41-39 though. They're still not going to win the AL West, and I still doubt they get a wild card spot. They have a negative 49 run differential. Way more runs allowed than runs scored this year. Their bullpen, though, I don't know if they're going to sell or buy at the deadline. I think they're a very questionable team to what they do at the deadline, because I could see them selling off with Kyle Seager and then also kind of competing as well. They have an absolute monster bullpen, and I honestly hope they sell because they need to. They need to sell. They have great prospects, but they could get even more better prospects back for Kendall Graveman and some of those bullpen arms and Marco Gonzalez and Kyle Seager if they sell them off. At number 15, Cincinnati Reds here. The Reds have been playing a lot better baseball of recently. And they haven't played great in their last 10 games, though. 4-6 on a one-game losing streak. 39-39 this year. And the pitching has been awful this year. Like, if the pitching was as good as it was last year and the hitting is as good as it is this year, the Reds would be a true contender. But with the Reds, how bad their pitching is this year, the pitching's horrible this year. I don't see them making a big move at the deadline, like trading Nick Castellanos or anything, or even Eugenio Suarez. I don't see that realistic, but who knows? Anything could happen. At number 14, Washington Nationals. The Nationals, like I've been talking about, have been playing a lot better baseball as of recent. And for the Nationals, you've got Kyle Schwarber, who has just been fantastic. Kyle Schwarber has been so good over these, in June period. Like, over these last 10 games, he has been absolutely crazy. Mashing home runs, like anything he even sees, like it's just like a wiffle ball coming. I don't know what it is. Like, he's just really good, and he's even hitting lefties, which has been definitely one of his downfalls in the past. If he keeps on playing like this, he is going to be in for a huge contract. I'm pretty sure he signed a 1-year deal with the Nationals. He could be in for a huge contract, and the Nationals are playing better baseball of recent. With in second place right now, 39-38, 3 games back of the Mets, 8-2 in their last 10 on a 3-game winning streak. Next, at number 13, I've got the New York Yankees. The Yankees still continue to play average baseball this whole year. They're in 4th place right now, 41-38. 5-5 in the last 10 on a 1-game losing streak. They've got to play better, especially for the talent of this team. You've got Aaron Judge, you've got Giancarlo Stanton, you've got DJ LeMahieu, you've got Garrett Cole, you've got so many, Aroldis Chapman. Like, you've got so many great pitchers, but this team continues to underperform, and I'm always going to blame this on Aaron Boone. I'm sorry, Aaron Boone, but you're just not good at your job. So yeah. Next at number 12, I've got the Cleveland baseball team. The Cleveland baseball team is having an underrated season, I think. They're 42-33 this year. They're not too far back of the White Sox. With only 2.5 games back, 5-5 in the last 10 on a one-game winning streak. They have a +5 run differential this year. They're 21-13 at home and 21-20 on the road. Cleveland has had a good year, and they've even been playing decent at least with Shane Bieber on the injured list. And this team is playing very good baseball, especially with the payroll that they have. They spend absolutely just about no money each year, and they still managed to do this. At number 11, just outside the top 10, New York Mets. The Mets are 41-34 right now with a 3-game lead in the NL East. They're 5-5 in the last 10 on a one-game winning streak. They have led this NL East the whole year, and they have been playing some really good baseball, especially with the injuries of this team. With the injuries, I mean that's crazy how good they're playing, especially with the injuries this year. Next at number 10, we have got the Chicago Cubs. The Cubs definitely have been playing some good baseball, and I think that it's going to be the reason why they don't trade Chris Bryant or any of those assets at the deadline. They're 42-38 right now. They're 5 games back of the NL Central. The Brewers are really making big lead. They're 3-7 on a 5-game losing streak. I do think they should trade Chris Bryant. I do think they should trade any valuable asset, but I doubt they do with their better play as of recent, even though I don't see them winning the NL Central, especially with the way the Brewers are playing. And speaking of, the Brewers aren't actually at number 9, but next at number 9 is the Oakland Athletics. The Athletics here have still been playing some good baseball, but they have fallen behind now to the Astros. They're 47-34 right now. They're 3-7 in their last 10 on a one-game losing streak. They have had a really good year this year, and that can't just be flown under the rug. But they have had a great year, yes. But yeah, for this Athletics team, like Matt Olson has been probably their most improved player this year. He has been really, really good, and the pitching always does just enough. I always kind of doubt the pitching coming into the season, but the pitching always kind of does their job. At number 8 here, we have the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Dodgers are on a 5-game winning streak, but they're 6-4 in their last 10. They're 49-31 right now. They do have a wild card spot right now, but I just can't put them above these 8 teams ahead of them right now. The Dodgers are not playing up to par baseball to the talent of this team. Like, this team has a lot of talent, but I think that their season this year has been a little disappointing. Next up at number 7, Chicago White Sox. The White Sox have not been playing very good baseball as of recent. It's not been good for the White Sox. The White Sox are still 46-32. They're 3-7 in their last 10 on a 2-game winning streak. I feel like nobody though is talking about how Tony La Russa has basically ruined Yermin Mercedes here. After Yermin Mercedes swung at the 3-0 home run, he has fallen just off a cliff, and I think it's a big part because of Tony La Russa, especially for a rookie. And that's got to be better, and that's part of Tony La Russa's managing, and why I don't like his managing. Next at number 6, Milwaukee Brewers. The Brewers have been playing really, really good baseball, and I think they could honestly, they keep on playing like this for another week or so, they might be number 1. The Brewers are playing such good baseball, and they are one bat away from really being a serious contender, if they're not already. Like, I think this team's a serious contender already. They're 47-33 right now, 9-1 in their last 10 on a 7-game winning streak. Like, I think this team's already a real contender, but I think you add a guy like Joey Gallo or somebody to this team, they're even better. Next up at number 5, San Diego Padres. The Padres are in the top, or Yeah. No, actually. Yeah, they're at number 6. Excuse me. Um, yeah, there's still 5 teams left. Okay. They're at number 6 this week, and for the Padres, they've been playing better baseball of recent. 48-33 right now, 9-1 in their last 10 on a 2-game winning streak. The Padres are a very fun team to watch, and you've got Tatis playing out of his mind this year. He's played 15 less games than everybody else, and is playing this great this year. Fernando Tatis Jr. probably is the NL MVP favorite. He is, for me at least, as good as he's been playing. Next up, oh, I forgot the Blue Jays. That's where I messed up here. The Blue Jays. Okay, give me 1 second here. That's where I messed up. The Blue Jays are right ahead of the Mariners at number 16. At number 5 is the San Diego Padres. Whoops. Next up at number 4, we have got the Boston Red Sox. The Red Sox have been playing really good baseball recently. They are currently 7-3 in their last 10 on a 5-game winning streak, and they are 49-31 right now. They've been playing some really good baseball this year, and yeah. Next up at number 3, Tampa Bay Rays. The Rays are, I'll put the Rays behind them. The Rays are at number 4, Red Sox at number 3, but the Rays are at number 4, 47-33, 2 games back, 4-7 and 4-6 in the last 10 on a 2-game losing streak. This team has been really good. The hitting stepped up, exactly what I said that needed to happen. I said if their hitting really started really doing well, then they would be a really good baseball team. And that's what's happened. Their hitting's been much better, and the pitching always is just so good with this team. Shane McClanahan's been he's not been great, but he's been really good. And the pickup of Rich Hill has been really good this year, not to mention all the pitching that they have in the farm system. Who knows what kind of an impact they can make, but Tyler Glasnow apparently could be back before the playoffs, which would be huge for this Tampa Bay Rays team. Next up, at number 2, Houston Astros. The Astros have been playing some really good baseball as of recently. I know a lot of teams hate the Astros, and that's perfectly fine. 6-4 in their last 10. Yes, they are on a 3-game losing streak, but still, they've been playing some really good baseball. Like, they were on an 11-game winning streak at some point just recently, and 48-32 right now. 26-15 at home, 22-17 on the road. Our number 1 team for this week is the San Francisco Giants. The Giants, there needs to be no more doubting with this team. Absolute no more doubting. The Giants have been the first team to 50 wins, and they've been the best team in baseball right now, for sure. Yes, they have lost 3 in a row as well, but 6-4 in their last 10, 50-29 right now. And this team has been the biggest surprise in all of baseball this year. And Gabe Kapler gets no credit. Like, I'm not being the Gabe Kapler Kapler hype up train here, but he's been really good since going to the Giants. I think it may have just been the Phillies, and I think it may have just been the Phillies. Like, there's only so much you can do with that bullpen. So yeah, those are the power rankings for this week. Oh, crap. I just deleted that. Wow. Oh, I just deleted that tab. That's lovely. Maybe I can get it back here. But give me a second. But yeah, those are the power rankings for this week. Yeah, I've got it back. Let's go. But yeah, here are the power rankings for this week. As you can see, they're going in 30 is the Diamondbacks. You've got 30, 29, 28, 27, 26 right there, and then 25. You get it. But the top 5 teams this week are the Giants, Astros, Red Sox, Rays, and Padres. The 5 through 10 is the Brewers, White Sox, Dodgers, Athletics, and Cubs. 10 through 15 is the Mets, or 11 through 15, I meant, is Mets, Cleveland, Yankees, Washington, and Cincinnati. The Blue Jays, Mariners, Phillies, Cardinals, and Braves are all in the next tier. Angels, Royals, Marlins, Tigers, Twins all in the next tier. And the Pirates, Rockies, Rangers, Orioles, and Diamondbacks are all in that really down tier. Sorry if you're a fan of that team. Like, you're probably going through some pain right now with how bad your team is. But yeah, that is going to be the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and turn notifications because, like I said, 88% of you that watch these videos are not subscribed. So go ahead and get your life together. Hit that subscribe button, turn notifications, and leave a like. Thank you for watching, and